Okay, folks, buckle up because we're diving deep into a martial arts showdown that's been debated for, I don't know, decades. Bruce Lee versus Moon Lee.
Yeah, this is a classic what if.
Exactly. And, one of you listeners out there sent in this amazing source comparing these two icons.
And it actually declares a winner.
Yeah, which is what we're going to break down today.
Right, figure out why the source says one would win in this hypothetical battle.
So let's just imagine it, right? No rules, no time limit, Bruce Lee versus Moon Lee. Who comes out on top?
Well, I mean, from the source, it seems like Bruce Lee's the more likely victor.
Really?
Yeah, but I think before we get into why, we've got to break down what makes both of them so formidable.
Okay, so give me the rundown. What made Bruce Lee so, legendary?
Well, the source talks a lot about his speed and power.
Right. Everybody knows Bruce Lee was fast and strong.
But it's not just that. It's the way he generated that force.
Oh, what do you mean?
Well, there's this description of his 1-inch punch,
Oh, yeah. Where he could knock someone back from practically just touching them.
Exactly. The source highlights that, that insane power coming from what seems like almost no movement.
Wow. I guess that's where his Jeet Kune Do philosophy comes in, right?
Absolutely. The source really dives into that. Jeet Kune Do, the way of the intercepting fist.
So it's not just about raw power, it's about strategy, too.
Right. Adapting to your opponent's weaknesses, like flowing around their attacks and finding the perfect moment to strike.
Makes sense, given Bruce Lee's whole philosophical approach to martial arts. It wasn't just fighting.
Exactly. Jeet Kune Do is about breaking free from rigid forms, finding what works in the moment.
Okay, so we've got Bruce Lee, the adaptable powerhouse. What about Moon Lee?
All right, so she's fascinating. Obviously, her style was honed for film, right? Lots of acrobatics, visual flair.
Right.
But the source actually suggests that those very skills could be surprising advantages in a real fight.
Really? How so?
Think about it. Someone moving with that agility, that unpredictability.
It'd throw you off.
Right. You wouldn't be facing a traditional fighter. Her movements could disrupt someone like Bruce Lee, create openings he wouldn't expect.
So that's Moon Lee's potential edge, the element of surprise.
Exactly. At least initially. But then, that's where the source leans hard towards Bruce Lee.
Why is that?
Experience. That's the key difference the source highlights. Bruce Lee wasn't just a philosopher, he was a seasoned fighter, trained and sparred constantly.
Ah, so real world versus choreographed.
Precisely. He understood the chaos of a real fight in a way Moon Lee might not have, just given her background.
So even if her acrobatics give him trouble at first, Bruce Lee would adapt.
Right, and Jeet Kune Do emphasizes that, exploiting weaknesses, adjusting on the fly. As the fight went on, he'd likely analyze her movements, find those openings, and with his speed and power.
Game over. So the source's conclusion is Bruce Lee wins because of the combo of physical strength, real-world experience, plus the adaptability of Jeet Kune Do.
Exactly. But even though the source has a clear winner, it leaves us with a really interesting thought. How does someone like Moon Lee, with her cinematic style, influence martial arts in the long run? All that visual flair, the acrobatics.
You mean like inspiring future fighters to be more creative, blend artistry and combat?
Pushing boundaries, maybe even changing how martial arts is taught or performed. Something to think about.
Absolutely. This source was great. It's so clear that both Bruce Lee and Moon Lee have had a massive impact on martial arts.
For sure.
They might have totally different styles, but they both show us the incredible range of fighting techniques out there.
Yeah, both in real life and on the big screen.
Exactly. And who knows what the future holds.
That's the beauty of it.
So thank you to whoever sent this in. You really got us thinking. And to all of you listening, keep those sources coming.
We love diving deep with you.
Absolutely. So until next time, keep exploring.
And keep those hypothetical battles coming.
Oh yeah, the wilder the better.
We'll break them down for you.
See you next time.